Matrox ConvertDVI Plus is a state-of-the-art scan converter, which lets you take a computer's DVI output and simultaneously convert it to digital and analog broadcast signals. Now that you've just installed the ConvertDVI software, let's take you on a tour of its features. You will find the Matrox ConvertDVI Plus control panel in the notification area of your Windows XP or 7 computer. You can also find this panel in the Windows menu in All Programs within the Matrox ConvertUtils folder. On the Mac, you will find it in the Applications folder within the Matrox ConvertDVI Utilities folder. The control panel opens on the Output tab. This is where you choose your output format from these different broadcast resolutions. Since ConvertDVI Plus outputs simultaneously on digital SDI and analog component or composite NS video, the active analog output allows you to choose between the component or the composite NS video output formats. You can enable the anti-flicker filter, which reduces the amount of flicker caused by hard edges in interlaced video format. Since computer screens have square pixels and SD broadcast pixels are rectangular, the square pixel compensation function lets you apply an automatic scaling factor to assure preservation of aspect ratio on broadcast outputs. ConvertDVI Plus includes the graphics overlay feature, which lets you load through a separate panel a PNG or TGA file with alpha that will be overlaid on the DVI screen and on all outputs with click-through, position, and lock controls. ConvertDVI Plus offers full ProCams controls, including hue, chroma, brightness, and contrast, which affect all outputs. You also have the ability to embed the computer's audio output to selectable channels onto the SDI signal. Click Apply for all these changes to take effect. The Genlock tab lets you configure Genlock settings. Genlocking is used to synchronize video signals coming from various sources. In this tab, you have the ability to select the Genlock source, which can be internal or from an external device. When it is set to external, you can choose the Genlock video format and use the horizontal and vertical sliders to offset timing if necessary. The region of interest provides the ability to output a selected portion of your DVI canvas. In the Region of Interest tab, you can enable the region of interest by clicking this checkbox. By using this drop-down menu, you can select between predefined 4:3 or 16:9 aspect ratios. You can also use a custom setting to fit any situation and use this checkbox to preserve the aspect ratio. Notice that you are able to scale this region with the mouse using these handles, or click and drag within the region to pan. For live broadcasts, you can hide and pan the region by right-clicking in the region and moving the mouse. You also have access to width, height, and position settings for fine-tuning. It is important to note that at the bottom of every tab, you have a checkbox that allows you to show the video output scaling and positioning window, which brings up a live output preview window. Here you can see what is being broadcast on the unit's outputs. Notice that the image is the same as the content of the region of interest. In this panel, you can choose from various scaling factors such as 1:1 or anamorphic, preserve the aspect ratio, or apply the previously mentioned square pixel compensation. ConvertDVI Plus lets you resize the output by simply dragging the controls on the preview window image. You can pan the image and even choose a background color, ideal for downstream keying applications. Fine-tuning can be achieved by using the width and height controls, the X and Y inputs for position, and this checkbox to center the image. You can also set a display percentage, which can act as an underscan feature. By double-clicking on the image in the preview window, the output gets back to the default size. Back in the Region of Interest tab, the Settings section lets you hide the selection window, show a bezel which displays safe zones, and allow clicking through the selection window, enabling you to interact with the content within the region. You can change the region's color by using this drop-down menu. When enabled, Snap to Window automatically adjusts the region of interest to the window or pane underneath the mouse, ideal for quickly positioning the region over content such as a video. The region of interest can be saved in as a custom preset, which can be named and used at a later time. The Display Modes tab lets you configure the ConvertDVI unit to support various DVI input resolutions. The default settings contains a series of default display resolutions. However, to ensure resolution compatibility with the attached output monitor, you can clone the monitor's resolution or clone the monitor's resolution to 50 Hz. This frequency is optimal for maximizing PAL broadcast signal quality. Note that the monitor which will be cloned needs to be connected to the DVI output of the ConvertDVI units. You are also able to load custom display modes, mostly used for industrial and medical imaging equipments. At the bottom of all tabs, you have the Reset DVI Output button, which resets the unit to the default set of display resolutions. The Embed tab lets you lock the control panel and assign a password. To view a summary of all settings within the unit, click the View Current Settings button, which displays current settings, standalone mode settings, and current supported display modes. You can also save entire projects and load them at a later time, keeping all of your settings intact. You have the ability to program the unit for standalone mode usage, which keeps all of your settings and enables the unit to work without being connected to a computer through USB. The input detection feature lets you connect any DVI source to the input, which will output the pre-programmed resolution chosen in the Output tab. Please refer to the standalone mode video for more information on this topic. You also have the ability to assign keyboard shortcuts to region of interest presets, as well as changing the default shortcut configuration. Another interesting feature found on ConvertDVI Plus is the freeze and unfreeze output feature, which is available at the bottom of all tabs. This lets you freeze the output, make changes to the contents, and unfreeze the output. To test a unit for your specific workflow, please click Request a Demo at the bottom of the ConvertDVI product page.